Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beauty Beyond the Ashes podcast. I am your host, Tonya B. Jones. Listen, if you are joining us here for the first time, I say welcome to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a returning listener, I say welcome back and welcome to season 2. I am so excited about being in season 2. I just want to pinch myself. Listen. So, as you guys know, I have been on break for, I think it's May and June. So 2 months I've been on break and I am really excited to be back. As you can see, there is some new things that are happening. So listen, this is what I told you guys the last season, that I had some changes that I was going to make. And this is one of the ones that I had planned, and that was to add a video component to the podcast. I still wasn't quite sure about that, but I'm going to try this out. Secondly, though, I don't know if you guys heard one of my break episodes. I talked about releasing myself from unhealthy attachments to make healthy connections. And that was so profound for me in coming into this second season, because in the first season, I was really, really attached to only speaking from a standpoint of abortion. And I now know that that was me really being uncomfortable acknowledging a pivot that God was making for me, right? So while I was on break, I really had to pray about that. And yeah, God called me to a different space. God called me to a space of beauty beyond the ashes, not just a space of beauty beyond the ashes from abortion. So we all have ashes. We all have something that we are dealing with from our past. We all have made decisions that we're not proud of. So I'm here for that. Mine happened to be as a result of an abortion decision in my past, but that's not the only thing that I have dealt with. Actually, as I've opened up, as that has been cleared out, as that part of my past has been dealt with, there are other things that just pop up and say, hey, here I am. So I've got to deal with those things too. That wasn't the only error in decision that I made. That wasn't the only thing that I couldn't forgive myself from, or that I was unhealed from. So I've got to go where God tells me to go, right? So here I am. So as far as the content, it will still be along those lines of healing and forgiveness. But we will still do solo episodes with me by myself, and we will also be doing what we typically called interviews, but we're doing something different here. We're going to be having beauty conversations with people who are going to be guests on the podcast. So the interview terminology all felt so standardized to me, and I didn't want to be standardized. I wanted to be open. I wanted it to be fluid, where the Holy Spirit has work that he can do. So if we just sit here and bounce a conversation off of one another, then that's what we're going to do. So we'll be having beauty conversations. And the goal is still the same: to help listeners to move beyond the ashes of the past of their painful decisions. It's still a goal. The goal is still to heal. The goal is still to forgive. So with that being said, I wanted to remind you guys of my definitions of healing and forgiveness. So let's start with forgiveness. So my definition of forgiveness is deciding to no longer hold a negative space for an offense that has been committed against you. Okay. And when we are able to do that, then we can walk into healing. And healing is when my being and my living are at peace with an offense that has previously kept me in bondage. And let me tell you, I am walking in freedom, and I am in a place and a space of healing, and it feels so good. It is actually very powerful. And that is what I want for my listeners. The power that's in that is incredible. But here we go. The space of forgiveness and healing is the impetus for growth and power. And in order to do that, you have to know who you are. So the topic for this season is our identities, knowing you are a child of the King. And for men, that's son of a king. And for us, as precious ones, we are daughters of the King. And we have to begin to understand that and know that. And, I really do believe that most of us as Christians know that what God says about us. The deeper question, though, is, do we believe it? Do we truly believe what God says about us? Because if we did, we would not continue to condemn ourselves for things that we've done in the past. And I know that all too well from my own personal experience, that it was because I really, really didn't know it. I didn't accept it. I didn't receive the fact that I was the daughter of the King. And being the daughter of the King, I am royalty. I am royalty. I have rights. The same rights that the Father has, He has transferred those to me. So I have to learn to believe and embrace that for myself in order to truly walk in the power of being a daughter of the King. So we will be talking during our beauty conversations. We'll be talking about practical steps that we can take in order to begin to release those things, to begin to walk into a place of forgiveness and healing. We have to begin to see the beauty that has been placed in us. It's imperative in order for us to live in the purpose and the calling that I talk about all the time. We've been called, we've been given an assignment, and until we are in a place of healing and forgiveness, we're not able to participate in the calling on our lives. So, I am excited to be back with new content. I'm excited to continue to inspire, to continue to encourage, to continue to impart wisdom. So I hope that you will continue to join me here each and every week. So with this new component of video, I'm going to need you to go and like, subscribe, and with the podcast, I still need your reviews in order for this to continue going out. I am really, really excited about some of the guests that I have lined up. Oh my goodness, the beauty that they will be discussing beyond their ashes is incredible. I'm just so excited about it. I am excited for me to be able to sit and have conversations with these women, and for you to be able to hear. Get your notepad, get some stuff and start writing down. And I have something I want to say right now, but I'm not going to say it because I know it's going to come up in one of my next episodes. So I just wanted to come in and say hello and to welcome you all back to season 2, our identity, knowing who we are as children of the King. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. But until then, remember this. Don't be so uncomfortable with the darkness of your past that you're too fearful to walk into the light of your future. Bye. Love y'all.